Now to the explosive recordings that have caught debt collectors abusing and bullying customers of some of Australia's largest companies. The tactics are so outrageous, a federal court judge has ruled they should be made public. Georgia Main reports on the threats, lies and audio tapes.
Look, don't you make threats to me. If you ring my neighbour once more...
You're making threats to us. We're not having any more broken promises.
These aren't actors, they're real people, real phone calls.
Harassed, bullied, threatened.
Keep ringing me up. You keep harassing me.
The explosive secret tapes you were never meant to hear.
You're telling us not to call, or what? Or what are you going to do?
Debt collectors playing hardball and playing with people's lives, never mincing their words.
We're ACM Group, we're the #1 debt collection agency in Australia. We're ruthless, mate.
Listen as this staff member threatens to tell a woman's husband about her $22,000 credit card debt.
Is your husband a secondary card holder on this?
No.
Does he know about this card?
No.
No, that's why you're scared?
Yeah.
We're going to be serving you with papers.
Okay.
We don't necessarily have to serve you in person. We can then turn up to your family home and serve your husband with them papers, and then he will find out.
In fact, that's a lie. Legal papers weren't about to be served on the woman at all. It was part of the cruel tactics to scare the woman into paying up.
He's not only going to find out about it, he's going to lose his home over it, let me tell you. 28 days from Monday. Do you want to write that down in your diary?
You're listening to the call logs of debt collection agency ACM Group, who chase debts racked up by customers of some of our big banks, including the Commonwealth, Westpac and NAB, as well as Telstra. The Australian Securities and Investment Commission recently taking ACM to court over allegations it unduly harassed 8 debtors between November 2008 and June 2010. 96 phone calls, 11 hours of audio were analysed by federal court judge Nye Perham. His report was scathing, finding staff were deceptive and misleading, abusing people, even blackmailing them into paying up.
We've started legal action from this morning.
Another flat-out lie.
Debt collectors can't threaten to contact friends and family, they can't mislead you about the type of action that they can take, and they can't constantly harangue you for payment when you can't pay.
Carolyn Bond is from the Consumer Action Law Centre.
While there are a number of consumers who've come forward or their evidence has been used in this case, it is quite likely that we're looking at hundreds of thousands of people who may have actually been dealing with the same type of conduct.
On Friday, we visited the Sydney headquarters of ACM Group. Management declined to be interviewed, instead issuing this statement, saying staff responsible for the phone calls involved in the federal court case no longer work for the company, and that ACM strongly condemns their actions. While that may be the case, the management team in charge at the time is still in place today. In fact, as part of the federal court's investigation, it was discovered that ACM even provided its staff with suggested scripts.
Listen, I've got 2 sheriff officers organised to come out to your home place to serve your court documents. When is the best time? If I was there and seen a legal advisor, I can tell you that.
Is that some sort of a threat?
No, it's a promise. I can tell you that. If I say I'm going to send someone out to serve your court documents, it's a promise. I don't make threats.
More lies. There were no sheriff's officers coming and the staff member wasn't a senior legal advisor.
The way they spoke to me, it's like I wasn't a human.
Mother of 3, Mary McMahon, knows how it feels to be the target of a ruthless debt collector. For more than a year, she was pursued over $400.
Well, they wanted it all up front, and I said, no, I can't do that. I said, look, I can do $20 a fortnight because I'm only on Centrelink. And they said, no, $50 a fortnight and go get a job.
With the debt collection industry worth $1.8 billion, competition is fierce. Here's how it works. Companies like ACM Group purchase debts from businesses for a large discount, then attempt to recoup the full amount. So a credit card debt of $20,000 could be purchased for $10,000 or $15,000, with the debt collection agency standing to make a potential $10,000 profit.
My neighbour has been getting calls at home. He's brought this little bit of paper over to me and said that your office keeps ringing him.
Contacting relatives and neighbours is a typical tactic. Lisa Musham was called relentlessly by a finance company for 12 months, and she didn't even owe a cent.
12 months ago, I had a missed call on my phone continuously, 02 Sydney, and it was 3 times a week.
Turns out the company was chasing Lisa's neighbour.
They're just rogues. They treated me like I was the bad guy, like I had done something wrong.
Justice Perham hopes by naming and shaming ACM, the industry will clean up its act.
This case is really important for consumers because it actually shows that when debt collectors mislead you and threaten to talk to your neighbours, that they're breaking the law.
I don't need to speak to you. I'm terminating the call. Goodbye.